At dawn, Monaco looks peaceful, but every quiet window here may hide a fortune, negotiating with space, tax, and time. The country is smaller than many city parks, yet it attracts fortunes that usually need entire estates to feel comfortable. Here, property is not measured only in bedrooms. It is measured in view, silence, access, and legal belonging. The surprise is not how much money arrives here, it is how little room that money is allowed to occupy. Long before Monaco became a tax address, Monte Carlo learned to turn risk, glamour, and geography into a national strategy. Monaco did not inherit vast land or natural resources. It built attraction, then made attraction scarce enough to become power. In Monaco, wealth rarely announces itself loudly. It appears as documentation, residence permits, compliance checks, and very quiet meetings. The famous tax advantage is real, but the real price is proving you belong inside a system built on scarcity. A Monaco apartment can feel like a private box at the theater, where the stage is the harbor itself. A yacht in Monaco is never just parked. It is staffed, cleaned, insured, scheduled, and quietly burning money while motionless. The guests see still water and champagne. Below deck, the day runs on timing, hierarchy, and invisible labor. Monaco's most expensive illusion is effortlessness. Every polished surface here has someone unseen protecting it from reality. For some residents, status is not a louder car. It is a watch few people recognize, acquired through patience. In places like this, the object is only half the transaction. The other half is access to the room. A car that turns heads elsewhere can become background scenery here. Monaco changes the scale of attention. Even the garage tells the truth. In Monaco, space is not a backdrop, it is the luxury itself. When land becomes priceless, even the sea begins to look negotiable. Monaco has been expanding by engineering its coastline. Mare Terra added new ground to Monaco, but even new ground arrived already burdened with expectation, scrutiny, and price. The strange thing about new luxury is how quickly it tries to look old, settled, and inevitable. The hidden cost is not always spectacular. Sometimes it is simply buying ordinary things in an extraordinary postcard. In Monaco, even a simple coffee can feel like rent paid by the minute on a very small stage. Many who keep Monaco running do not sleep there. The luxury economy depends on daily arrivals from beyond the border. Every polished lobby begins here, in the loading bay, where Monaco's fantasy is unpacked before breakfast. The richest guests often pay for what they never notice: absence of friction, absence of noise, absence of inconvenience. In a small country with large expectations, a dinner is never only dinner. It is performance under financial pressure. Some fortunes do not glitter in public. They sleep in crates, insured, cataloged, and waiting for the right room. Where money is common, taste becomes a sharper signal. The room asks not what you can buy, but what you understand. For wealthy families, Monaco is not only pleasure, it is safety, schools, routine, and a carefully managed childhood. In Monaco, even a patch of shade can feel valuable. Public calm becomes part of the private bargain. Safety is part of Monaco's appeal, but it is not magic. It is infrastructure, staffing, cameras, and constant attention. Selling luxury in Monaco is difficult. The customer is rarely impressed by price alone. They are buying recognition. The richest wardrobes often whisper because the loudest part has already happened. The fitting, the waiting, the correction. For the very rich, time is treated like real estate. It is scarce, protected, and sometimes worth flying over traffic. For most of the year, the famous circuit is simply a road. Then briefly, the city becomes a machine. The Grand Prix is not placed onto Monaco. It is assembled through Monaco, street by street, barrier by barrier. For residents, the race is prestige and inconvenience at once. Monaco sells spectacle, then lives inside its consequences. During race week, a balcony becomes inventory, a view becomes a product, silence becomes almost impossible to buy. For a few days, Monaco's scarcity becomes visible. Every table, berth, pass, and sightline has a hierarchy. The party image is easy. The harder truth is choreography, permission, staffing, and the price of being seen correctly. When the cameras leave, Monaco does not relax. It resets, cleans, accounts, and prepares to look untouched again. The hidden cost of Monaco is often administrative. wealth must be organized before it can become a life here. People talk about tax. Fewer talk about the proof, the scrutiny, and the patience required before the address matters. Behind the resort image is a workday economy of advisors, asset managers, insurers, lawyers, and people paid for discretion. The higher the apartment, the quieter the question becomes, what is privacy worth when everyone came here to be near power? Before Monaco was a global address, it was a small place with families, language, ritual, and memory. The monarchy gives Monaco continuity. Around it, the modern city keeps reinventing the price of belonging. Maps reveal Monaco's deepest obsession. The border barely moves, but every generation asks how more life can fit inside it. Owning a car here can be easier than using it. Monaco turns possession into another management problem. The postcard never shows the bottleneck, but in Monaco, even wealth must sometimes wait behind a delivery van. Luxury also means reducing uncertainty, faster appointments, quieter rooms, and care delivered without public exposure. For the wealthy, maintenance extends beyond property. The body becomes scheduled, coached, measured, and protected from decline. After noise, Monaco sells silence. After speed, stillness. Even recovery becomes a luxury service with a schedule. In Monaco, privilege can begin before memory. Children learn early that privacy and access are part of normal life. Even the beach feels measured. Open space here is public, precious, and surrounded by some of Europe's costliest walls. From outside, the towers look like wealth. From inside, each window is a compromise with height, view, and privacy. The higher the standard, the larger the hidden machinery. Cleanliness itself becomes an industrial operation. Some costs are paid years before the bottle opens. Storage, patience, provenance, and the discipline not to touch it. In Monaco, membership is not always written on a card. Sometimes it is simply being greeted without explanation. Luxury often expires quickly. Flowers wilt, linens crease, ice melts, and the bill quietly begins again. Even paradise has bins. The difference is how quickly they disappear before the postcard wakes up. Money changes many things, but not the oldest human needs: protection, forgiveness, memory, and a place to sit quietly. The principality may look like a resort, but it must function like a state every hour of the day. Modern wealth does not only seek shelter, it seeks legitimacy, paperwork, and a place where scrutiny can be survived. The harbor looks open from a distance. Up close, it is a chessboard of length, timing, draft, and permission. A yacht's elegance begins far from the deck, in warehouses, invoices, fuel accounts, and people who know deadlines matter. Every day, Monaco breathes through its borders. People arrive with work, leave with wages, and return again tomorrow. A good concierge knows more than names. They know rhythms, absences, preferences, and when not to ask questions. Here, status often moves vertically. One floor can change the view, the quiet, and the feeling of distance. The table may be small, the view does the rest, turning limited space into a private piece of theater. What remains is metal, water, tired crew, and the silence wealth cannot fully control. The more portable wealth becomes, the more carefully it must be hidden, documented, insured, and remembered. The visible asset is only the beginning. Behind it sit policies, liabilities, exclusions, and specialists paid to imagine failure. Nothing expensive stays perfect by itself. The maintenance bill is the shadow every beautiful object casts. For visitors, Monaco is a few unforgettable nights. For operators, it is turnover, standards, damage checks, and reputation. Rain makes Monaco less theatrical. The city becomes glass, umbrellas, whetstone, and people trying not to be late. Great fortunes create a strange burden. The future arrives early, asking to be structured before anyone is ready. In elite circles, giving can be sincere and strategic at once. A seat placement may say more than A. Privacy is prized here, yet visibility still matters. Monaco teaches the rich how to appear without seeming eager. The evening ends, but the ledger continues. Favors, impressions, promises, and the quiet accounting of social capital. The wealthy can buy complicated timepieces, but not simpler time. That irony follows them through every polished room. The city's richest story is not always in the harbor. Sometimes it is in people protecting ordinary habits. Not every ritual is elite. Some survive because they are simple, repeated, and shared before the city fully wakes. A billionaire city still needs buses. That fact alone keeps Monaco from becoming only a showroom. From the sea, Monaco looks almost impossible, a country folded into a cliff, priced by the meter, guarded by beauty. When a city grows toward the sea, beauty becomes responsibility. The coastline is not empty space, it is a living boundary. Monaco lets you see wealth from the street. It does not let you understand what it costs to remain inside. Many decisions here leave no dramatic trace, only a closed door, cleared glasses, and people who remember exactly what was said. It is a recurring appointment with status, pleasure, and unfinished business. The border feels soft until money is involved. Monaco's independence is real, but its daily life is deeply connected. Where wealth gathers, access must be managed. The velvet rope is only the most visible part of the system. The promise of privacy often requires its opposite: observation, records, cameras, and people paid to notice unusual things. After everything has been acquired, the morning asks a smaller question. Was the life purchased, or only the address? Buying Monaco is not only buying walls, it is buying limits, advantages, rituals, and a permanent negotiation with space. Even renovation becomes a diplomatic exercise. Neighbors, elevators, permits, deliveries, noise, and the tyranny of centimeters. The best view in Monaco still comes with exposure. Height gives distance, but never complete disappearance. The purchase price is only the doorway. The lifestyle continues billing long after the applause has faded. Even the view needs maintenance. Someone must polish the glass through which wealth sees the sea. At night, Monaco's surfaces reveal the bargain. Beauty is protected, but protection itself becomes a way of life. The city is built from thresholds. Garage to lift, lift to lobby, lobby to street, street to invitation. The city celebrates arrival, but the deeper story may be staying long enough to watch the light change. For every fortune settled here, many other lives orbit it, close enough to serve, rarely close enough to enter. Monaco is not large enough to hide its contradictions. That is why they shine so clearly after sunset. All that money, all that planning, all that control, and still the sea refuses to hold a perfect reflection. The hidden cost is not one bill. It is the constant work of keeping paradise believable. Monaco does not ask whether wealth can buy beauty. It asks how much beauty a person can afford to maintain.